to this series of Parenting with Purpose and African Wisdom, where we're actually looking through my book with the same name. This book that we are going through was motivated by questions many parents ask us in therapy. Oasis Africa, we are a team of psychologists who see clients from Kenya, even internationally, because our services are 98% virtual since COVID. So you can see people from anywhere. And we don't get parents confused, asking many questions. How do I know I'm doing the right thing? My child is different since they turned this age, and so on and so forth. So it's a book of principles, helping parents practice principles of parenting that will ensure that actually our parenting is intentional. We do not give up, we remain stable and strong, and then we allow our children to explore their freedoms, and we guide them to become responsible and purposeful. So we'll be looking at various sections in this chapter 3 of prayer in parenting. And today we look at prayer for patience and persistence. We use proverbs in this book, African proverbs and biblical proverbs. Today's African proverb says, however long the night, the dawn will break. The biblical proverb says, a man's wisdom gives him patience. It is to his glory to overlook an offense. What is the meaning of these proverbs? The African proverb, however long the night, the dawn will break, is a quiet reminder that persistence and endurance in parenting are jewels worth seeking for and nurturing. This is because rearing children is a long, arduous, and yet joyous engagement, because the outcomes create joy, however long the waiting period. Watching young ones mature rewards every labor, and the benefits are like precious stones that have been sought with commitment and tenacity. How about the biblical proverb? A man's wisdom gives him patience. It is to his glory to overlook an offense. A reminder that patience and self-control are related. Knowledge that a child will not remain young and foolish forever is a wisdom that contributes to restraint. Self-control in the parent, knowing that a child who is spilling things all over will not stay like that forever. Our intention is for them to become tidy, so we focus on the goal that we are hoping for. How many times I hear parents saying or stating, when my child did that, I remember one father saying, I felt like killing him. Now, killing here is used lightly. An African way of saying, I felt like taking my son bodily and shaking the life out of him because he just made me so angry. So many parents are often so angered by naughty children and disrespectful youth that their anger threatens to overflow. What is it that wins the day when parents are so angry? The parents' silence, the parents' self-control, and the parents' maturity, the parents' restraint that may look like weakness, but is actually strength. The ability of the parent to restrain themselves from destructive anger is a strength. Many parents realize that these values are not inborn because our fallen nature threatens to take over when our authority is challenged. That is why we must pray to God to imbue us with patience and persistence. Every parent reading this book must have many stories of tested and tried patience, as well as proven outcomes of persistence. We shall examine the role of patience and persistence later, but let me emphasize here that giving up is often a welcome solution to parents who do not cultivate what we call stayability. Stayability, or staying power in child rearing. Staying there without departing until the child becomes what we are praying for them to become. Which mother does not know how their patience has been tested or is being tested as they toilet train their baby? What of the challenge of eradicating bad habits before they take root? Then there is homework, supervision. How long does it take for Junior to sit down and do his homework, especially without being reminded? We often talk to mothers who are juggling work, school, and parenting. The child's father may be absent. There are even those who are working far away from home, even in international locations. Women married to such men tell of the struggle of making decisions alone. They have to train the children, supervise them, and say yes and say no for both parents. Their responsibilities await them as they spend time shaping the lives of their children. The kind of persistence needed here is more of tenacity. What is tenacity? Tenacity is the resolve and determination to succeed in parenting and not giving up until the journey is done. Look at the tenacity of a parent who says, I will make sure my children go to school, pass their exams, go on to uni, even if they have to carry vegetables on their back every day to the market to make money. Tenacity. Then, one of the parents may actually be present but absent, because there are two types of present, absent here. There is a father who may be around, but they are never within the household, or maybe they are never engaged in the life of the children. Some taking care of their children, or some people taking care of the children, are single parents, raising children without the support of the other parent. Life is especially challenging for such single parents. They multitask. They jump from feeding the baby, for example, to checking the math homework of the older one. And then there are still parents who are in school. They come home with their own assignments from college, university, or wherever they are training. Papers are due the following day, so a lot of multitasking. One wonders, where do such parents get all the strength from? Now we know that parents who pray know the answer to this question. It is not that they have strength enough and to spare. No, they often feel like giving up, but they go on anyway. This is the steadfastness and determination that we are talking of in this section. One day they'll look back and they'll wonder, how did I get here? How did I make it? How did I develop patience and persistence? Where did my tenacity come from? Some will know that even the time to pray was almost non-existent. They are not just living one day at a time, but some of them it was 1 hour at a time in times of greatest challenge. They remember that they were too busy to sit down, even have their quiet time. They just threw single sentence prayers into the air, living one moment at a time, not even one day at a time. And yet God heard and He honored their request. Their children turned out all right. Friends, we've been discussing in this section prayer for patience and persistence. And every parent needs that big time. Keep reading this book for more. Get a copy for yourself at Keswick Bookshop, Nairobi, or at Oasis Africa. Our website is oasisafricawellness.co.ke. Check out our number, call us, we'll get copies to you and to your people. Or those who read it virtually, check the book out at amazon.com.